What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be unboxing some Jakks specific Simpsons figures. I have fallen behind on these. I do not have complete waves here, but let's just take a look at it and see what we got here. Alrighty, first up here is to finish off the Simpsons family. Here is Marge Simpson. Looks absolutely fantastic. Articulation for all these guys is going to be the exact same thing. So, it should be anyway. So, it looks like there's a ball up there at the top of the neck, so you can do all kinds of movement. Looks like there's something here, but it looks like it's just how the molding is. Arm goes up that far. Can go that far bent. There is also a bicep swivel. Jesus, I lost train of thought. And swivels. Now, her dress pretty much traffic cones everything about this figure, but there is that. You can go back and forward with a little bit of rocker, I think, just a little. But other than that, looks like straight out of the cartoon. Looks really, really good. It's just unfortunate that this is all traffic coned, but that's what you get with the show, and they were not going to do soft goods for $13 figures. And then here is Maggie. There's a ball joint up there. There's a ball joint down below. Gets all kinds of movement, and her arms can go like so. But they look fantastic. It looks absolutely fantastic. But yeah, there you go. That is Marge and Maggie. And next here on the menu is Lenny, and he looks absolutely fantastic. Just great. Jakks Pacific is killing it with this figure. The sculpts on these figures is absolutely incredible. This is raised. The suspenders are raised, so it's like it is specifically for him. I mean, each character pretty much is its own sculpt, which it's crazy to think they can do that. Okay, let's go over articulation super quickly. So he only has a swivel at the neck. Interesting. Arm goes up that far. There is the bicep cut again. I always forget that little point of articulations here. Only can kick up that far. Can only bend down that far, and then there's some kind of rocker down there. And for accessories for Lenny, he gets a good old cup of joe there. Nice sculpt for the mug, and then it just looks like some good old coffee. Let's see if I can get right there. And then he has a lunch bag. Nothing special about it, just cast in the brown. But it gets it gets the point across that they want. So there we go. He looks fantastic. And for size comparisons, since we'll be doing it, he is significantly taller than Marge. I mean, if you don't count the hair for Marge, but yeah. Next up here, we got my boy Barney. Again, he looks absolutely fantastic. They really got his gut shown properly there. And articulation's actually a little bit different from everyone else. I guess I forgot to show. I think a lot of these guys have swivel at the waist. Maybe not, though. Maybe that's only some characters, but he does have a swivel here at the waist to get a little bit more dynamic posing going. But he looks absolutely fantastic. Even like right here, this is all raised. So that's specifically sculpted for Barney, which is just so cool. Alrighty. So for articulation, see here. There we go. And he has a swivel there at the neck. Same old, same old. Swivel. But then he has that articulation there in the torso to get a little bit more movement going. He kicks up significantly more. He kicks almost all the way up there. And then just a little bit, but you could still get him in a running pose if you get him articulated going. My joints are kind of tight here. There we go. And then the same old swivel at the boot. I don't think there's a rocker down there, but I'm going to pretend there is to make these guys easier to stand. But he is a big boy, so should be all right. And then for his accessories, he comes with a toolkit, I think. Is this a toolkit? I think it is. So that just fits into the arm super nicely. And then he has a sub sandwich, which has some meat on there and some lettuce. You can see the seeds there at the top. And then here he is next to Lenny and Marge. They've been knocking it out super quickly with a lot of these, like, really great background characters. And I keep hoping they just keep going with it. Keep going. Next, we're going to take a look at Carl here. He looks absolutely fantastic. Great figure all the way around. Same old articulation. I don't think I need to explain to you guys really anymore. Yeah, there's a slight swivel twist there, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, you guys know how it goes. Reuse of Barney's lunch pail here. So, yep. Just casting a gray. No paint hits whatsoever, but again, this line's super cheap. This line is super cheap. And then he has a nice small cup of Joe, soda, whatever you want to call, a beer, or whatever you want to throw in there. Oh, that went flying. Come on. There we go. Now let's just throw the crew in. And all those guys look really good together. Absolutely fantastic. This line's so good. This is one of my favorite toy lines to collect when I can find it in store. I cannot find this line to save my life, and I'm missing a lot of these deluxe boxes still, but... And next up here, we got Bumblebee Man. He looks fantastic. Great figure all the way around. My figure's pretty loose down in the knees there, or in the legs, so it's kind of unfortunate, but I didn't pay full price for this. I found him at Ross if you watched my toy haul video, but again, he looks great. The details is there. Again, this is all sculpted on there. That's just crazy. And I'm sure some of it's reuse, but it's just like, it's wild. So, for articulation for him, just a little bit of swivel, not too much. There. The bicep cut. He can kick, but he can't. Oh, I guess he can't hold it. Like that. And then there's swivel down there as well. But yeah, he's a little loose. And also the wings are on some kind of ball. So you can get those in any position you want them to. So if you want those to stand out behind him, you can really do that. And he came with the camera, which actually looks really good. Has the light here, the lens. some paint heads right there. But yeah, that looks really, really good. And he can hold it. It's actually pretty close to his eye level too, so you want him to hold it. Whichever way you can do that. But now it's going to be for the deluxe figures here, and these might take the longest to get looked at, but maybe not. Alrighty, next up here is the look at the Deluxe Furious Homer. That head sculpt here with the screaming mouth looks really, really great. And then you can see the green paint splotches everywhere. It just looks really, really great. All the way around. Good, I guess. I shouldn't repeat myself too much. Hit the button back here. Obviously for the play feature of this deluxe set here. Same old articulation. They didn't sacrifice anything. The only thing I would say they sacrifice is now these do move together instead of independently. You can't move them together. No waist articulation whatsoever. But there is still the knee break there, which is really well hidden. I almost didn't think there was one for a second. That's really well hidden. And then there's your same old articulation there. But other than that, he looks fantastic. Looks really good. The ripped up pants, everything just looks fantastic. And then here's the green paint. Just a paint can, green paint. Looks fantastic. I keep saying the word. I don't mean to keep saying fantastic, but this stuff does just look really, really good. And a pool. This is great. This is really, really, really well done. And you can stand them in there if you want. Just like so. But the whole point of this deluxe pack is for the play feature. So the play feature is there's these fence panels here, and what you would do is you would walk him up there and something like that. It comes with 3 separate wood panels here, so you just walk him up. Make sure you get it in frame. Walk them up, and then like that. The fence is supposed to break apart super nicely. It's probably better if you go this way. Again, have him walk up. He's angry. He's the Hulk. Like that. And then marches his way through. That is it for this set. This set's fun. And this, I feel like this fence will be good background for other green characters. But yeah, great. It's a great little set here. My only problem with this line is I have so many accessories that I don't know what to do with right now. But we will figure that out at a later date. Let's take a look at Vampire Mr. Burns. Alright, next on the menu is Vampire Mr. Burns, and he looks fantastic. Now, he's a little bit different, because he only has articulation here, and at the neck, and then a little bit right there at the torso. But once you put him in here, he loses pretty much all of that for the torso. But he looks really good. He has these long hands here. Long, like, clawed hands here. Same old articulation as before, but... And this is like a nice, super soft, like, vinyl cape almost. Really, really well done. The head sculpt, the hair sculpt here looks really good. I mean, even the head sculpt looks fantastic. All the way around. But now here is the main attraction. This is this giant coffin, which is super cool. There's a lot more detail on this thing than you would think. You have the feet down here. You have the bat here. You have like a gargoyle head here. Again, there's really no paint hits for it, but like this thing is huge. And I mean, in theory, if you wanted to, you could throw another figure in there and seal it up. Obviously, it has B for Mr. Burns, but in theory, you can do that, which is really, really cool. But yeah, this thing's super, it has some good heft to it. I don't know how I'm going to actually display this piece, but we will figure that out another day. So how do you get Mr. Burns in here? He comes in here like so, but there's a tab here at the bottom, and then you can see the tab there. And all you have to do is kind of line that up, which it seems a lot harder than it should be. There we go. So just angle it slightly back, and then he'll slide right in there. But he just sits in there. And then there's this lever here on the side. And what he does is just like that. Back forward and back. It's a super, super simple design, but it's like, it does what exactly it needs to do. That's like super cool. And then there's that B. There's some cracks in there, stuff like that. And you can see out Mr. Burns. I'm assuming you could probably pop it off. Okay, it pops him out too, but there we go. Let's try that one more time. See if I can get him to stay on there. Just like that. That's fantastic. That's great. That's a great play feature. It works so well. One more time, because it's great. I have it fully on there too. And just like that. That's fantastic. That's a great setup there. But that will do it for this massive unboxing of the Jakks Pacific Simpsons line. From what I have so far, I will always be adding more whenever I can find them. Do they have a new wave out yet? I don't even know what the waves are now. I've lost track because I've been looking at wave 1 at my local Target for so long. Here's all the game. Lenny's just chilling back there. Then we got Maggie down below. But that is all the figures we looked at today. Sorry, this was a little more mumble-jumbled of a video, but I mean, that's what you get when every figure has the same articulation and stuff. All the sculpts are different, but you know. But that's a nice array of figures to the assortment, to the collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, hopefully here soon. Peace out.